Hello dear children, this is the fourth video on the chapter redox reactions. In this we will see types of redox reactions. There are different types of redox reactions: decomposition reaction, combination reaction, displacement reaction, disproportionation reaction. These are types of reaction, but in these reactions you will see how the reactions are showing redox reactions. Let's start with combination reaction. As you know, for the formula for combination is A plus B gives out AB. So combination reactions combine elements to form a chemical compound. As usual, oxidation and reduction occur simultaneously. Let's take an example of formation of water. Hydrogen plus oxygen gives out water. Okay, A plus B gives out AB. Here, when we will write the oxidation number of every element, for hydrogen, here we will write 0. For oxygen, here we will write 0. And in water, we will see that for hydrogen, the oxidation number is +1, and for oxygen, the oxidation number is -2. So from 0 to +1, hydrogen is showing increase in oxidation number, and oxygen from 0 to -2, it is showing decrease in oxidation number. So in this equation, both hydrogen and oxygen are the molecular forms of their respective elements, and therefore their oxidation states are 0. The product is water. The oxidation state is -2 for oxygen and +1 for hydrogen. Next is decomposition reaction. This can be represented by AB gives out A plus B. AB gives out A plus B. This kind of reaction involves the breakdown of a compound into different compounds. Few examples are given here. 2NaH is breaking in sodium and hydrogen. 2H2O breaking in hydrogen and oxygen. Sodium carbonate breaking in sodium oxide and carbon dioxide. But there are special case that science is a subject. At the one time you can prove it correct, and the same time you can prove it wrong also. Okay, so many times we will find exceptions, but there is a special case that confirms that all the decomposition reaction are not redox reaction. Here, when you will see this reaction, you will find that this reaction is not showing the properties of a redox reaction. Let's see more about the decomposition reaction. Actually, these are the reverse of the combination reactions, meaning that they are the breakdown of a chemical compound into its component. Let's see again the example of water. Now here the water is disproportionating into hydrogen and oxygen. We will find out the oxidation number of every element. Okay. Write it in your copy. 2H2O gives out 2H2 plus O2. Now write its oxidation numbers. Are you getting the same? Whatever I have written? In this equation, the water is decomposed into hydrogen and oxygen, both of which are neutral. Similar to the previous example, water has a total oxidation state of 0, with which hydrogen taking on a +1 state and oxygen a -2. Thus, decomposition oxidizes oxygen from -2 to 0. Here you can see that oxidation number is increasing -2 to 0 and reduces hydrogen from +1 to 0. Next is displacement reactions. The general formula for this is A plus BC gives out AB plus C. These are known as displacement reactions as it involves compounds and are replacing of elements. They occur as single and double displacement. If you can remember the neutralization and precipitation reaction, that is your double displacement reaction. General equation is this: a single replacement reaction replaces an element in the reactants with another element in the product. Here one equation has been given. Note it in your copy and write its oxidation number. Cl2 plus 2NaBr gives out 2NaCl plus Br2. I hope you are good enough to write the oxidation state of all the elements present here. Cl2 will be 0, sodium plus 1, bromine minus 1 in the compound, 2 sodium plus 1, chlorine minus 1, and plus Br2, 0. So in this equation, chlorine is reduced and replaces bromine while bromine is oxidized. Okay. Next is disproportionation reactions. In some of the redox reactions, substances can be both oxidized and reduced. The same compound will be oxidized as well as it will be reduced also. These type of reactions are known as disproportionation reactions. One real life example of such a process is the reaction of hydrogen peroxide. When it is poured over a wound, at first, this might look like a simple decomposition reaction because hydrogen peroxide breaks down to produce oxygen and water. You can see the equation here. Hydrogen peroxide is giving out water and oxygen. It can be confusing that it is AB gives out A plus B also, but the same moiety, when we will see the calculate the oxidation numbers, we will find that one moiety is the same moiety is getting oxidized and same moiety is getting reduced. So the key of this reaction lies in the oxidation states of high oxygen. However, notice that oxygen is present in the reactant and both product. In hydrogen peroxide, oxygen has an oxidation state of -1. This is the special case we have learned when we were just going through the oxidation number. In peroxide, the oxygen shows -1 oxidation state. In water, its oxidation state is -2 and it has been reduced. In oxygen, however, its oxidation state is 0 and it has been oxidized. Oxygen has been both oxidized and reduced in the reaction, making this a disproportionation reaction. The general form for this reaction is as follows. This 2A gives out A dash plus A double dash. Now, the double displacement reaction AB plus CD gives out AD plus CV. A double replacement reaction is similar to a single replacement reaction but involves replacing two elements in the reactants with two in the products. See an equation here. This equation, Fe2O3 plus 6HCl gives out 2FeCl3 plus 3H2O. In this equation, iron and hydrogen as well as oxygen and chlorine changes place. One bonus reaction for you all, combustion reaction. Combustion reaction always involves oxygen and an organic fuel. In this following image, we see methane combusting to release energy. This is your methane. This is your methane, CH4. It is reacting with oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide and water. This equation you may have learned by heart, and this reaction shows the combustion reaction, and here we are showing combustion reaction of methane. It is a redox process Methane reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and two water molecules. What are the key points for all this different type of reaction? In combination reactions, two elements are combined. A plus B gives out AB. In decomposition reactions, a compound is broken down into constituent parts. AB gives out A plus B. In displacement reactions, one or more atoms is swapped out for another. AB plus C gives out A plus CB. In combustion reactions, a compound reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water, and heat. In disproportionation reactions, a molecule is both reduced and oxidized. These type of reactions are rare. Now let's see the most important topic of this chapter, balancing of redox reactions. There will be two methods to balance a redox reaction. Number one, oxidation number method, and number two, ion electron method, or this is also known as half equation method. So why we require to balance the chemical equations is, actually everything in life requires balance. Too much of chocolate is not good as well. Even reactions need balancing. An important part of chemistry is balancing redox reactions. A balanced chemical equation accurately describes the quantities of reactants and products. The law of conservation of mass states that mass is neither created nor destroyed in any ordinary chemical reaction. This means that a chemical reaction must have the same number of atoms of each element on both sides of the equation. Also, the sum of the charges on one side of the equation must be equal to the sum of the charges on the other side. When these two conditions are met, the equation is said to be balanced. As many times I will tell you about these steps to be followed, but it will be only memorized by you when we will go through the problems. So just see it, what steps we have to follow in oxidation number method to balance the redox reaction. First, we have to write the skeletal equation of reactants and products. Second step will be to indicate the oxidation number of all the elements involved in the reaction above the respective symbols. Whatever we were doing earlier in the last video, we will write the equation, and at the top of every element we will write its oxidation number. Third step will be calculate the increase or decrease in oxidation number per atom. Also identify the oxidizing and reducing agent. Third step, after writing the oxidation number, we will see tally from reactant side to product side. Which element is showing increase or decrease in its oxidation number. Next step will be these steps. Three steps were easy. Now for next steps you will only understand when we will go through the example. Multiply the formula of oxidizing agent and reducing agent by suitable integers so as to equalize the total increase or decrease in oxidation number as we have calculated in step 3. Balance all atoms other than hydrogen and oxygen. Finally, balance hydrogen and oxygen atoms by adding water molecules using hit and trial method. And there we will see that two mediums we are getting in the equations. If acidic medium is there or basic medium is there. Few changes we have to make when the reaction is occurring in acidic medium. What we have to do, first balance oxygen atoms by adding water molecules to the deficient side. Then balance hydrogen ions to the side deficient in hydrogen atoms. And for basic medium, what we will do? First balance oxygen atoms by adding water molecules to the deficient side. Then to balance hydrogen, water molecules are to be added and equal to the number of the deficiency of hydrogen atoms. Also add equal number of hydroxide ions to the opposite side of the equation. These are summarized in a chart, the same steps. Let's solve one equation which is given in your book. So it is requested you to open your book. I'll tell you the page number. In new book, page is 537. Those who are having old book, please move to the topic balancing of redox reactions and oxidation number method. In this, the first example which is given, KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus H2C2O4 gives out K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. I will move slowly here. Be very careful, children, to understand this balancing. The first step, we have to write the equation. Whatever is given in the question, first we will write the equation. Okay, first see in your book, later on you will solve in your copy, then I'll give you time to write. So you have written the equation. After writing, just write just see that oxidation number of every atom is now given. KMnO4, potassium plus 1, oxygen minus 2. If you don't know the oxidation number of manganese, we can calculate. 4 2s are 8, minus 8 plus 1. Minus 8 plus 1 is equal to plus 7. Okay, so for manganese plus 7, hydrogen plus 1, oxygen minus 2. We will calculate the oxidation number of sulfur. H2C2O4, hydrogen plus 1, oxygen minus 2. We can bring out the oxidation number of carbon. In the product side also, potassium plus 1, oxygen minus 2. We can, with the simple formula, we will bring the oxidation number of sulfur. MnSO4, manganese, oxygen, sulfur. We will bring out the oxidation number. Suppose we know that for sulfur it is plus 6, for oxygen it is minus 2. We can calculate the oxidation number of manganese. Carbon dioxide, oxygen minus 2, carbon plus 4. In water, hydrogen plus 1, oxygen minus 2. Okay, so it is clear. Now let's see where the oxidation number is increasing or decreasing. For potassium, plus 1, plus 1. Manganese, plus 7. And here manganese is plus 2. So we can find here that plus 7 to plus 2 means oxidation number is decreasing. Oxidation number is decreasing means reduction is occurring. Let's proceed. Oxygen minus 2, hydrogen plus 1, plus 1. Sulfur plus 6, plus 6. Oxygen minus 2, minus 2. Hydrogen, oxygen, we will not find that change. For hydrogen plus 1, carbon here is plus 3 and here carbon is plus 4. So you can see plus 3 to plus 4, oxidation number is increasing. So it is showing the oxidation. Okay, so the atoms showing change in oxidation number are manganese from plus 7 to plus 2 and carbon from plus 3 to plus 4. Thus, KMnO4 is the oxidizing agent. Reduction of KMnO4 manganese is occurring, so that will be your oxidizing agent. And H2C2O4 oxalic acid is the reducing agent. Though we are finding their oxidation, so it is a reducing agent. Next step. The atoms of manganese are equal on both sides. In order to equalize the atoms of carbon, carbon dioxide should be multiplied by 2. Therefore, here see, manganese is 1. Here also manganese is 1 in number. Carbon here is C2 and here we are having only CO2. 1 carbon is here. So what next we will do? We will just multiply 2 on CO2. So this equation we are getting. Okay. Let's see next step. Step number 5. In KMnO4, an atom of manganese should gain 5 electrons to decrease its oxidation number from +7 to +2. Okay, and H2C2O4, each atom of carbon should lose one electron to increase its oxidation state from +3 to +2. So we are just finding the change of electrons. +7 to +2, how it is becoming? By this. Here we will write, 1 minute. We will find out the change in number of electrons. +7 to +2. How it is becoming +7 to +2? By gaining 5 electrons. Okay, and how carbon +3 is becoming +4? By losing 1 electron. So total number of electrons gained by one atom of manganese is equals to 5 electron. 5 electron only it is gaining, then only it is showing +2 oxidation state. The total number of electrons lost by two atoms of carbon is, as two atoms are here, so 2 electrons will be lost. So next step, in order to equalize the total electrons gained and total electrons lost, KMnO4 should be multiplied by 2. Whatever we are getting for carbon, that quantity will be multiplied to KMnO4, and whatever we are finding out the change in KMnO4, this 5 will be multiplied to this. Okay, so see here we are doing KMnO4 should be multiplied by 2 and H2C2O4 is multiplied by 5. This 5 will be multiplied, we will multiply to this, and this 2 will be multiplied to KMnO4. Okay, multiplying KMnO4 and MnSO4, whatever its coefficient are, wherever manganese is here and manganese is here, so both will be multiplied by 5. And wherever the loss and gain again, in KMnO4, manganese oxidation is +7, and in MnSO4 it is becoming +2. Means it is showing gain of 5 electrons. This is mentioned here. And in H2C2O4, carbon is in +3 oxidation state, and in CO2 it is becoming +4. So it is showing the loss of 1 electron. Okay, so electrons are mentioned. What next step we have to do? 1 electron is being lost by 1 carbon, so 2 carbon is here, so here the coefficient will come of 2 electrons. Okay, this 2 will be multiplied to wherever the manganese is present. Here 2 KMnO4 and 2 KMnO4, MnSO4. So this will be multiplied by 2 and this also will be multiplied by 2. And wherever the carbon is present, this H2C2O4 will be multiplied by this coefficient, means into 5. And here also CO2 will be multiplied by into 5. So what we will get? We are getting this equation. 2 KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus 5, we have multiplied this H2C2O4 with 5. So 5 H2C2O4 gives out K2SO4, 2 is multiplied to MnSO4 plus 5 is multiplied to CO2, 10 CO2 plus H2. Now step 8, balancing the above equation with respect to atoms other than hydrogen and oxygen. We have we will balance the hydrogen and oxygen at the last. Here don't count even the hydrogen and oxygen. Let's see the equation, what we are getting. This equation we are getting. We will balance the rest of the element except hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so last step is on balancing hydrogen and oxygen, we get the final balanced equation. Check out here. Are all the atoms balanced? K, K2, Mn, 2Mn, 2Mn. 3 sulfur, 1 here and 2 here, 3 sulfur, 10 carbon, 10 carbon. Okay, then count the number of hydrogen. 4 twos are 8, 4 twos are 8 here, here 4 threes are 12, here plus 4 fives are 20, 20, 30, 40. Okay, 40 oxygen should be present here. So let's see here, 4 plus 4 twos are 8 plus 10 twos are 20 plus 8. How much it is coming? 8 twos are 16, 420 plus 20, 40. Okay, 40. Oxygen is balanced. Now check the hydrogen. 3 twos are 6. 3 twos are 6. 5 twos are 10. 10 plus 6, 16. 8 twos are 16. Okay, so like this we will balance the all the redox reactions. Let's see another example which is given in your book. Or I think I should take it in my next video. Few more example which is given in your book, plus the second method, ion electron method, that I will deal in your next and final lecture of redox reactions. Till here, go through it. If you have any problem, please mention in the comment box. I will come to you solve your problem. Thank you, children.